authority of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated is prohibited. On the PCS Array Sports and Gaming Channel from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to Triple P on the Blue Hedgehog TV. Now here's the voice of the PCS Array, Mr. Daniel Voiles.
Chevrolet took care of business throughout the entire race weekend at Daytona after a bunch of carnages and somewhat controversy ends to Xfinity and Cup. Welcome to the Bowtie is Amazing edition of Triple P. I'm Daniel Voiles in our PCS Array studios with our amazing two expert panel who are ready to talk about the crazy race weekend that took part on Friday and Monday night. We want to welcome to the program Mr. Zachary Taylor, driver of the Purdue University Toyota for Indiana Motorsports, and Sean Art, driver of the TCU Horned Frog Chevrolet for Carnage Motorsports. How are y'all doing this evening?
Yay! Made it past Daytona, and man, what a bunch of stuff we are going to really talk about here.
Oh yes, we got a lot to talk about on this amazing show here today, and of course we get Cody in here, then that's fine. So yeah, welcome, as I said, as we're getting ready to begin this awesome episode. Let's begin recapping the race weekend at Daytona. Of course, it was plagued by weather for two of the three series. We're going to start off with, as always, the Truck Series. The race was a wreck fest, and I mean literally a wreck fest, if you know what I mean. As we'll show you our race summary presented by Toyotas. A record 12 cautions, 10 if you exclude the two stages. Can you believe that? 12 cautions. It was a wreck fest. Would you all agree?
Yeah, that race was just bad from the beginning.
Yeah, how bad it was? Let me tell you. We had our first caution on lap number 7, as there was contact in the field, which collected Tanner, the 15 of, let me make sure I'm not derping on here, because it was a big wreck that took out the 15 of Tanner Gray, as I was right, the 71 of Raja Caruth, which we'll talk about him later on, the 42 of Matt Mills, the 9 of Grant Enfinger, the 46 of Thad Moffitt, which was a shame because Thad did a very good job. Matt Crafton, the 33, that's not going to get mentioned because he has the dumbest name of racing, or Sean will go ahead and say it.
Wallace Allen!
There you go. The 25 of Ty Dillon, the 27 of Keith McGee, the 52 of Stuart Friesen, the 13 of Jake Garcia, and the 38 of Lane Riggs. Mostly 4 drivers got knocked out of that incident, and then the dumbest name in racing spun after a tire went down. Also collected Keith McGee in the 27. We had a 1 lap dash for the stage that took place. First stage went to the 45 of Johnny Sutter. So the stage 1 results for the top 10 were as follows. Johnny Sutter won stage 1. Second was Ty Majeski. Third was Bailey Curry. Fourth was Tyler Ankrum. Fifth was Taylor Gray. Sixth was Brett Holmes, which was a surprise to see him. Jack Wood. Beavis. He said Wood. Jack Wood. Christian Eckes got 8th in that stage. 9th was Dean Thompson. And 10th was Corey Hine. The start of stage 2 was a bit interesting. We had a debris caution from lap 33 to 37. And we had a little bit of sprinkles, which was a little bit of rain. The race was red flag, but it ended stage 2, which was won by Tyler Ankrum. So the top 10 results of stage number 2 went Tyler Ankrum, who won stage 2. Christian Eckes second. Third was Matt Crafton. Fourth was Corey LaJoy. Fifth was Ben Rhodes. Sixth was Ty Majeski. Seventh was Corey LaJoy. He actually got no stage points. It was Daniel Dye who was in fourth. Eighth was Grant Enfinger. Ninth was Nick Sanchez. More on him in a minute. And Corey Heim completed the top 10. The red flag took only 7 minutes. Then Keith McGee apparently lost control after the damage he had. Spun, nosed his battered 27 truck into the wall. He was finally done for the day. And just when you think it's going to be, then we of course had Brett Holmes and the 41 of, let's see here, Bailey Curry and Brett Holmes had their incident on the front straightaway. Not that long later, the 99 of Ben Rhodes had a flat tire and then compounds his issue with the incident between the 15 of Tanner Gray and the 1 of Tony Breidinger. Then we had the incident with the 19 of Christian Eckes, who got together with Johnny Sauter. The 75 was Stephen Parsons and Corey LaJoy, which was on lap 84. On lap 87 to 91, the 5 and the 1, which is Breidinger and Thompson, spun. They didn't hit anything. The 77, this week driven by Chase Purdy, got into an incident with the 18 of Tyler Ankrum and Christian Eckes in the 19. That set us up for a green-white checker. And then the final caution of the race was Roger Cruitt got into another truck. By the time it was done, all the rest of the field was torn up. Corey LaJoy, as I mentioned, the 43 of Daniel Dye, the 5 of Dean Thompson, the 17 of Taylor Gray, who did a Matt Crafton-esque blowover. The only catch is it landed on the nose first, but at least it landed on all 4 wheels. It says the 87, but I think Jayski apparently derped. There is no 87 in the truck series, you derping hyena. The 97, 88, 52, 43, 04, and 9, which I think they derped because they left out a couple of trucks. It also collected, I think, Mason Massey and all that. So race ended under the yellow, and Nick Sanchez took home the win in the truck series. Here's your full results, the top 10 and your most notables. Nick Sanchez won the truck race. Corey Heim second. Roger Cruitt third. Brett Holmes fourth. Spencer Boyd fifth. Stephen Parsons sixth. Matt Crafton seventh. Timmy Hill eighth. Brian Dozet top 10 run in ninth. And Christian Eckes complete the top 10. Your other notables, Jason White got 12th. Stuart Friesen 14th. Ty Majeski 16th. Taylor Gray 19th in his first Daytona race. Daniel Dye 21st. Corey Roper 22nd. Mason Massey 25th. Matt Mills 26th. Chase Purdy 28th. Johnny Sutter 29th. Ben Rhodes 30th. Keith McGee 31st. 32nd does not get mentioned because he has the dumbest name in racing, or in Sean's case,
Wallace Allen.
Yep. Lane Riggs 33rd. Ty Dillon 35th. And Thad Moffitt sadly finished in 36. Going to the Xfinity Series, or as Cody likes to call it, Xfinity Series, as we say. Both the Xfinity and Cup races were rained out to Monday, but I still have to do it from lower series to highest series. Race took 2 hours and 46 minutes last night. They got it done just before midnight on Monday, so yeah. I failed to mention this on the reaction stream. 6 cars failed to qualify. Joey Gase, Cesar Baccarella, CJ McLaughlin, Kyle Sieg, Stanton Barrett gave a star. A couple of surprises. Seeing 2 of the Ryan Seed cars failed to qualify, which is a shame. in that incident. First incident, Sam Mayer apparently checked up, or actually Daniel Suarez checked up. He got run over. He comes down, clips Daniel Suarez, also collected Haley Deegan and Kyle Weatherman. Kyle Weatherman was too busy looking at the Weather Channel on his phone because he quote unquote arca braked the 91. Like, good job, use brakes. That's what happens when he was a meteorologist. All four cars significantly damaged. They were done for the night. Of course, this race took part after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The rest of stage one was calm and clean. That was won by Jesse Love, excuse me. The top 10 stage one results was Jesse Love winning, Austin Hill second, more on him later. Third was Parker Kligerman. Fourth, Anthony Alfredo. Jeb Burton was fifth. Sixth was Sheldon Creed. Seventh, John Hunter Nemechek. Eighth was AJ Allmendinger. Justin Allgaier, or Allgaier as I like to say, ninth. And Ryan Truex finished in 10th. They had their pit stops and all that. And then the next incident was the first big one. Contact was made, and it spun Austin Hill, AJ Allmendinger, Shane Van Gisbergen making his Xfinity Series debut after, let's say, his ARCA race didn't go the way he wanted, but hey, at least he got approved. That's the only thing that matters. Parker Kligerman, Jesse Love, John Hunter Nemechek, the 10 of Daniel Dye, who, by the way, pulled double duty and ran the Xfinity race. Anthony Alfredo was also involved. So was the 11 of Josh Williams, which sucks for him. The 35 of Frankie Muniz, more on him in the top story news. And the 51 of Jeremy Clements, or as I like to say, Jeremy Clements. I think I was the one who did that. But anyway. Then the next caution came out. Justin Allgaier tried to avoid the piece of debris, came up, got into Cole Custer. He spun out. There was another car involved that Fox Sports just said, bleep you, which was the 6 of Garrett Smithley, who spun, which was a 2-car spin. Then John Hunter Nemechek spun off on the front straightaway. Rest of stage 2 was calm and collected. That was won by Austin Hill. The top 10 in stage 2 results was Austin Hill, the winner. Second was Sammy Smith. Third was Sheldon Creed. Fourth was Cole Custer. Fifth was Ryan Sieg. Sixth was Ryan Truex, so the Ryan and Ryan show. Riley Herbst, was 7th. 8th was Justin Allgaier. 9th was AJ Allmendinger. And 10th was Brandon Jones. As I had to take a little drink of my water from work. We talked about that. And then this is the part that, I felt sad. And one of my former house managers got a crack out of this. Jeb Burton got spun off the nose by SVG. SVG said he kind of misjudged it. I kind of would agree. Rookie mistake. Spun the Golden Corral Chevrolet around, but didn't hit anything. But the sad part is, kids will not be eating free. That's how sad it was. I'm sorry to the kids.
Well, it wasn't just that also, but we forget also SVG got spun.
Yeah, I think he went off the nose. I don't know which car he went off the nose of. I'll have to look back at the replay. But he did a good job saving that car. I have to give SVG a lot of credit after the night he has had and the week he has had, so. Then we had our next caution. Jeb Burton got into another incident again, this time with Garrett Smithley, the 42 of Leland Honeyman, which is a shame because Leland Honeyman had a quiet run in his first Xfinity start with Young's Motorsports, the truck team now running in Xfinity, which they downsized their truck team to a one-truck operation. And Jeremy Clements was involved, which I believe all of them were done for the night, so that's a tough break for them. And then our last caution of the race was Justin Allgaier got into a wreck with Cole Custer, the 44 of Brendan Poole, the 10 of Daniel Dye, and the 26 of Sage Karam, which they went, they got a 3-lap dash. They wrecked in the back, but didn't throw out the caution. And Austin Hill, for the third year in a row, wins the race. So your results for the Xfinity Series is United Rentals 300, the race that was postponed to Monday night after the Cup race. We'll talk about the Cup race in a minute. Austin Hill won. Sheldon Creed second. Parker Retzlaff finished third. How about Jordan Anderson finishing fourth? Of course, he had an interim crew chief because Larry McReynolds had to fly back to Charlotte to cover the Daytona 500, which is understandable. He gets a 4. Chandler Smith got 5th. Riley Herb 6th. John Hunter Nemechek 7th. Justin Allgaier 8th. Brandon Jones 9th. A.J. Allmendinger 10th. Your notables. How about the run by Ryan Ellis in 11th? Shane Van Gisbergen got 12th. Cole Custer 13th. B.J. McLeod 15th. Blaine Perkins 14th. Nice run for Blaine Perkins. Patrick Emmerling 17th. Nally Decker 18th. Great run for Decker. Jesse Love got 20th. Ryan Truex 21st. Ryan Sieg 22nd. Anthony Alfredo 24th. Parker Kligerman 25th. Sage Karam 38th. And finishing last is, of course, Kyle Weatherman. And now we move to the Daytona 500, the Cup Series. A lot of people made their debuts. You know, we had Zane Smith, a rookie, Josh Berry, Kaz Gralla, Carson Hocevar, and all that. The race was really good. For some people, is what I heard, because I caught the entire race after the Xfinity Series because I only watched the last 26 laps live, so I had to play catch up on the remaining 174 laps. First incident gone wrong. Contact between Carson Hocevar and Harrison Burton after Brad Keselowski turned the 21 into the 77. By the time it was done, it collected a bunch of drivers, which were Austin Dillon, Kaz Gralla, Ryan Preece, and the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek, as well as Jimmy Johnson. Hocevar, Harrison Burton, and Gralla were done for the day. And then nothing really else happened. Stage 1, the rest was clean. It was won by Chase Elliott. Your top 10 results for the stages were Stage 1 was Chase Elliott, the winner of Stage 1. Kyle Larson, second. Third was Ross Chastain. Fourth, Alex Bowman. William Byron, fifth. More on them later on. Sixth, Kyle Busch. Seventh, Denny Hamlin. Eighth was Bubba Wallace. Ninth was MTJ, Martin Truex Jr. And 10th was Daniel Suarez. Nothing happened in Stage 2. Ryan Blaney won Stage 2, excuse me. Second was Austin Cindric. Third was Daniel Suarez. Fourth was Kyle Busch. Fifth was Tyler Reddick. William Byron, sixth. Seventh was was Bubba Wallace, Eighth was Ricky Stenhouse Jr., last year's 500 winner. AJ Allmendinger got ninth, and 10th was Chris Buescher. So race was a long green flag run if you minus the stages. And we always talk about, who's going to get drafting practice. And then we always talk about the big one. When will it happen? If will it happen? And all that good stuff. Well, the answer to that question from Monday, it happened with 7 laps to go. Alex Bowman gave William Byron too much of a shove. He goes down, gets Brad Keselowski, collected Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott snuck through somehow. Noah Gragson in his first start with SHR, pretty rough debut for him. Denny Hamlin, of course, Ryan Blaney, who hit hard. By the way, that was Blaney's second car of the weekend, did TV. Didn't mention that. Chris Buescher, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, the 31 of Daniel Hemrick, 38th of Todd Gilliland. Tough break for him. He had a good card today. Ryan Preece, Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., or as I like to call him, Ricky Reckhouse Jr., Ty Gibbs, the 62 of Anthony Alfredo, who raced his way in from the duels, and Daniel Suarez, which brought out a 15-minute red flag. And then coming to the white flag, Ross Chastain and Austin Cindric got together. They took the white flag, which the rule is if the leader takes the white flag, next flag ends the race. Well, William Byron got the lead at the time of the caution, which they went back to timing and scoring, beats Alex Bowman by less than a splitter, and William Byron. Funny thing is, it's 2024 and car 24 won the Daytona 500. So this is your result for the Daytona 500 for the Cup Series. William Byron wins, and I'll throw a little stat here before I get the panelists' thoughts on this. Alex Bowman second, Christopher Bell third, Corey LaJoie fourth, Bubba Wallace fifth, AJ Allmendinger sixth, John Hunter Nemechek seventh, his best finish in Cup to date. Eric Jones eighth, good run for the Legacy cars. Noah Gregson ninth, and Chase Briscoe 10th. Your notables: Zane Smith 13th, Chase Elliott 14th, 17th Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher 18th, David Reagan, who was involved in that last lap incident, got 20th. 23rd was Ryan Preece, Riley Herbst 24th, Justin Haley 26th, Jimmy Johnson 28th. Let's see here. 36th was Michael McDowell, who had engine troubles the entire race. Austin Dillon, 37th, and then Carson Hosfar finishes last. So, gentlemen, I turn to you and ask, what were your thoughts of the Daytona weekend?
I'll let you go first, Taylor.
Well, I definitely, I think you could say all three races kind of had a little demolition derby going on. But a lot of really intense racing. Lot of three wide racing happened, and we saw some little teams get up there and be really competitive. And Todd Gillen got to lead some of the Daytona 500, and Justin Haley got up there. Unfortunately, he didn't lead any laps, though. But we saw a lot of the smaller teams and teams that don't have that much funding, like some of the bigger teams, get up there and be really competitive. And unfortunately, it's a shame that all the cars and trucks that got torn up, but it's just part of super speedway racing. Definitely, it was a really wild, adventurous opening race for all the series.
All right. What about you, Mr. Senor Sean?
I think this was one of the better Daytona weekends that we've had here in the early part of this decade. A lot of good racing. Even though the Truck Series was a demolition derby, it provided some good action there to the very end. I don't think there was any problems throughout the weekend. So I think we've gone for 1 week very positive on the scale.
Oh, definitely. It was probably a good race. Here's my little stat I just came across last night while everybody was in bed. So this is a little trivia question for you guys. What does William Byron, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Austin Cindric have in common?
What?
Here's the answer to the trivia question. They were former Xfinity champions. Funny thing is, since the next gen car came out 2 years ago, the last 3 500 winners was won by a driver who is a former Xfinity Series champion.
Oh.
Something tells me we're going to have a fourth. And I'm staring at either Kyle Busch or Brad Keselowski or Chris Buescher.
Or Daniel Suarez.
That too. If Suarez stays with Trackhouse, which I hope he does. So, yeah. Very interesting. A couple of things I do need to mention. Fox Sports did a pretty poor job of not interviewing the drivers that had to go to the infield care center from that Xfinity Series race because they were too tired, which they made up a bunch of excuses, if you ask me. So,
it was time restraints there at the very end.
yeah, I think all of them. It was time for them to go to bed, and I've also mentioned Gus Dean controversy, easy for me to say, won the ARCA race Friday night after, well, decided to be 3 wide and cause a bunch of incidents that early in the race, which, let's face it, I mean, I understand that Gus Dean didn't mean to do that, but what really ticked me off, he didn't apologize to Tony Breidinger for causing that huge wreck. And like I said, I felt bad for SVG who got involved in that incident, which, nothing he could have done. And then people just ARCA braking, not knowing where the brake pedal is. So that's pretty self-explanatory. We all gave our ratings. We all said it was from like 7 to an 7.5 to an 8.5 is where we rate it. I didn't get Cody's rating because, well, Cody probably didn't watch all the races because he had other things to do, which understandable. So, yes, let's go over a couple of some top story news real quickly, and then we got to go over the Mercy Orthopedics injury report, which I will make a message about that. I found this on Facebook today. Did anybody hear that Frankie Muniz bought out Gase Motorsports?
No.
Yeah, it got announced today on Facebook, which I was shocked. This is from a very close contact. Frankie Muniz has bought into Joey Gase Motorsports Xfinity program. Official work coming soon. So that's interesting. Of course, Patrick Emmerling split it ways from the team. And I want you guys' opinion on this right here. From Serious Fast Motorsports, one of the biggest complaints from drivers after the 500 was fuel saving. Eric Jones was one of the drivers to point out that they could not really race. They were consistently in fuel saving mode. One of the drivers even went far as saying that it was 160 laps of fuel saving and 40 laps of racing, and doing so, the on-track product was hurting. Do you guys have any thoughts about that? Any opinions on that right there?
Well, that is definitely some interesting stuff there. I did notice that some drivers were kind of running towards the back a lot of during the similar racing, especially there in the 500. And I thought they were just possibly trying to stay out of the big one if it happened. But maybe a few of them were fuel saving.
Yes, and I want to thank my job for putting on the 500 while I was at work Monday. So I saw a little bit of it, and then I had to go home, watch the ending, and then I had to rewatch it on FS1 last night. So, what was really surprising was that AJ Allmendinger, and this is kind of rare because normally when you lose a draft at Daytona, Talladega, or whatever, you are losing 3-4 seconds a lap slower because you're by yourself. What really surprised the three of us was that AJ Allmendinger was catching the pack, and he was at full throttle. Everybody else was like conserving fuel, so that was kind of one of those, okay, I was not expecting that. A single car catching like a 20, 30 car pack who was in quote-unquote fuel saving.
Well, I gotta throw this in because that might be something with the car there when you hear drivers having to fuel save on a super speedway.
I mean, it was really surprising, to be honest with you, because with a single car. Now, I don't know if if it will happen when we say, like, when we go to Talladega later in the year with Xfinity and Cup, which I hope that doesn't happen. That's just my guess, but we'll just have to wait and see because I mean, Daytona and Talladega, it's completely different. But there's one good thing that NASCAR didn't even call, and you know which one I'm talking about. Nobody got penalized for going below the yellow line. Not one call, which all the drivers did an excellent job being respectful, making sure you stay above the yellow line because we don't want any judgment calls or black and white for anybody going below the yellow line to advance their position. But they did an excellent job minding their P's and Q's and staying above the yellow line and not having a controversy call, which the Riley Herbst controversy restart before that one yellow with Justin Allgaier, it was that Riley Herbst was going to do a pass-through penalty. But that caution came out and saved him. Had that caution not come out, Riley Herbst would have been out of it. He would have had a bad finish just like that. But because that caution came out at the perfect timing, instead of having to do that pass-through penalty under green, he had to start at the back of the field, which he was, by the way, had to go speak to Wayne Otten in the big purple truck for that discussion to see what was clear about the laying back on the restart, which I think, to be fair, I couldn't tell if he was laying back or if the car behind him. I think it was either Custer, his teammate, or somebody else. I couldn't tell from the replay. I think it was Custer, but I could be wrong. Was trying to get up there and push him just to get a good restart. So, but again, that's just my opinion on that right there.
I think really though it'd be worse doing it on purpose than NASCAR did make a bad call. It's just you don't usually see a call like that. Period. It's just one of those weird circumstances where people do sort of not go on the restart.
It's kind of one of those judgment calls, just like what we talk about when we go plate racing, whether it's below the the red, white, and blue line at Atlanta, or the yellow line we see at Daytona and Talladega. It's one of those judgment calls that NASCAR doesn't know if they're laying back or if the car behind them is trying to get up there and push him. It's just one of those calls that is kind of I don't know if I could say question. It's just one of those iffy ones that say I don't know, and they're gonna have to look it up. I mean, I hate it for Riley Herbst. He could have had a top 10 run if that didn't happen, but it is what it is. But he's ready to move on and get to Atlanta Motor Speedway as far as that is concerned. So, yes. It's time for the Mercy Orthopedics injury report. Slow down by an arthritis, a broken bone, or a sports injury. Count on Mercy to help restore your orthopedic life. Call Mercy Orthopedics today. Mercy, a proud sponsor of the PCS Ray Paddock Pass Show, or Triple P. On the Mercy Orthopedics injury report, Chris Hacker was involved in a car accident on his way to Daytona. He is in stable condition. I have not gotten any other update. I'm actually going to go ahead and look it up, as a matter of fact.
I think as I last heard, he was doing a bit better.
Yeah, he had some surgery, but we do wish him a speedy recovery. That one IndyCar driver I just documented, I think it last week's episode, Taylor, I mentioned?
Yeah, I think it was.
Who was it? I'm trying to think what was his name.
It was, wasn't it Malukas?
Oh, David Malukas. Thank you, Taylor. David Malukas is still recovering after he had surgery. He is confirmed he will miss St. Petersburg coming up, which really sucks. But as I said, I wish both of them a speedy report, but nothing else on the Mercy Orthopedics injury reports, which we want to thank Mercy Orthopedics injury reports for being a part of the injury topics. All the PCS drivers are injury free, so that's good news to hear. So that's the Mercy Orthopedics injury report. And of course, funny thing is, I got my shot at Mercy, so yay. Let me go to the. Let me go to my agenda. Let's actually tell you this. Sean Art ended up winning the points for Xfinity and Cup. So you all heard the Truck Series results on the reactions during the postponement. For Xfinity, Sean Art got 193 points as he won the Xfinity race. Shocker there. Cody Smart, 129 points, finished second. I finished third with 104. Jesse Art finished fifth with 89. And poor Zachary Taylor finished on that dreadful number. The top two didn't change in the Cup Series. Sean Art took 203 as he won the Cup Series by 20 points over Cody Smart, 50 points over Zachary Taylor, who got third. I finished in fourth, 113 points, and Jesse Art finished in fifth with 84. So the points going into this weekend at Atlanta, Sean Art is the points leader over Cody Smart, which I need to check to see. Let's see. It was 512 minus 433. So Sean has a 79-point lead over Cody. He has a 166-point lead over Zachary Taylor in third. He has a 185 points over me. And then he has a total of 195 points ahead of his sister, Jessie. The drivers' tallies for Triple P will be down in the description going into this weekend because as of this taping of our program, I haven't even touched the driver's tally, which I will deal with that after the show, or by the time you're watching this, you'll already see the standings for the drivers as far as their points are concerned. So there you go. Let's see here. IndyCar will have their season finale on the Oval for the Music City Grand Prix. It's the first time the IndyCar finale will be on the Oval since, I want to say, Auto Club. So there you go. And of course, Supercars are back this weekend with Zachary Taylor. Would you like Zachary Taylor? We're previewing Bathurst. Of course, this is the first race for the Supercars. So I'm going to ask you this question, since you and I are going to be doing picks. We'll get Cody's picks whenever he has a chance. No rush. So what do you think we're going to see at Bathurst with two 250-kilometer races? Of course, we're going to have a new winner because SVG, the defending winner of this event, is not in the field. What do you think we're going to see at Bathurst with these two 250-kilometer races?
It definitely is going to be interesting to see what does happen in this new Supercar season, and definitely it's going to make for some interesting racing. Get some of the kinks worked out for the teams, and kind of I can talk right here. It kind of knocks the rust off a little bit, and it'll be definitely interesting.
Do you need to mention for anybody who's not keeping up with Supercars, Todd Hazelwood is replacing defending series champion Brody Kostecki, which We don't even know what the hell is going on over at Everest because a lot of sponsors got taken down, like Coca-Cola and other sponsors. So we don't know what's going on. So, Mr. Taylor, since you're the only one in here besides me that does supercars, I guess you're going to kick it off. And do you need the Wikipedia entry list for supercars? I will send it to you in your DM. And then we'll talk about the NASCAR weekend we're going to talk about. So that's why Taylor and I are only the only two. We'll get Cody and we'll get my female drivers' picks in a little bit.
All right.
Remember, these are 2 races, so there's 6 points on the line for this weekend. I did not mention the global standings, correct? Or actually, no, I didn't. Actually, I did mention the global standings a couple of weeks ago, so I don't need to go over the global standings. By the way, they're down in the description for anyone that's asking going into this weekend's events. So, yeah. All right. Let me know when you're ready, Taylor.
Alrighty.
And by the way, that is the only global event we have this weekend. I should point that out. And remember, it's just regular picks. Driver to win, driver stay away from, dark horse. Pretty simple for global.
Let's see here. I think the driver, I will say, will be my staying away from here.
All of these, a bunch of these rookies would be not too easy, so I'm probably going to aim for a rookie.
Let's see. I will take. I am going to say Thomas Randall will be my driver that I will take for my stay away.
Okay, so Thomas Randall. Who is your dark horse then?
Let's see.
Yeah, without Brody Kostecki and SVG, this throws everything wide open. So it's like, get ready for a hellfest, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Especially for us Triple P panelists.
Dark horse. How about I go with... How about I take Bryce Ford as my dark horse?
Ooh, I was wondering who was going to be the gutsy one. Hold on, if I can spell Bryce right, you stupid keyboard. And your winner.
Alright, you know what? I'm going to do this.
Oh no, here we go.
I'm taking Brock Feeney as my driver to win.
I'm not surprised.
There we go.
All right, myself. And then we're going to jump into Atlanta. And guess what, Taylor? I'm going to steal your method.
Oh.
I think you know what. I think you knew that was coming. A lot of choices for me for driver to stay away from. A lot of choices. Stay away from Cameron Hill. I don't know too much about him as far as the supercars are concerned. I just don't feel like I think making your debut at one of the deadliest tracks in the circuit, I just don't know how he's going to do. I hope he can prove me wrong, but I just don't have any faith. As far as my dark horse is concerned, Will Brown. This is a circuit that's been okay, but, you know, I think he's going to pull it off. As for my winner, since everything got thrown by a curveball, give me Anton De Pascal. All right, and I will get my female drivers' picks. All right, are you ready to talk Atlanta, boys?
Yeah!
I think Sean's ready for more carnage. All right. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, Xfinity, and Cup Series are going to be in action here this weekend, as that is not what I wanted, you derping hyena. The first one up is the Craftsman Truck Series. You can catch the Fabricator Racing 208 this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We will also be live for the reaction starting at 12:45 Central Time, 1:45 Eastern. It'll be on FS1. We'll be hearing it on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR, Sirius XM NASCAR, as far as that's concerned. Take a look at the entry list since the last update. There are 33 trucks. The 21 is entered, which is the driver who failed to qualify. Who is it? Let me actually go back through the Epiro of Mason Maggio is back. He's going to be entered. As far as your picks is concerned, we also got Kyle Busch in the 7. We got your usual suspects. Colby Howard's in the 1 for Tricon this week. He is not too easy if you pick him for stay away from. I believe that is it, if I'm correct. Yeah, I think that's it. So just to give everybody a rule, we're going to wait until after race number 2, which is this weekend, to see who is going to be too easy, or if Cody knows who's going to be too easy. But I already know that a couple of them are not going to be too easy. So, all right, you guys know the drill. Favorite, stay away from, dark horse, sleeper, and long shot. Hey, Zachary Taylor, let's kick it off with you. Who's your favorite for the trucks? Remember, it'll go Zachary Taylor, then Sean, then me. Sean, Jesse, then me, and then I'll get Cody's picks.
Let's see. Driver.
That's the favorite. You want to do? Which order do you want to do it in first? Because this is the first time you're making picks during this live recording. Because remember, last week it was only Sean and I in the Triple P. What do you want to start off with, Taylor?
Wait, what's going on here?
We're doing picks for Atlanta. You just came back just in the nick of time. So you missed nothing, Sean.
Oh, good.
So that was perfect timing, senor.
All right, let's see. How about we start off with my stay away from?
All right, stay away from. Who you got?
I will say I am going to take. I want to take Matt Crafton as my driver that I will say will be my stay away from.
Also, I forgot to mention, Caden Honeycutt is making his first start in the 45. He is another driver that is not too easy for stay away from.
Let's see. Let's see. How about we do a long shot here? I will say I'm going to take Brett Holmes as my long shot.
Ooh, you're taking an underdog. Hunter Jones is, by the way, making his first start in the 66. He's also another driver who is not too easy in Cody's dictionary. All right, what's the next one?
How about we do dark horse here?
All right, who you got for the dark horse?
I think the driver that just won Daytona, Nick Sanchez.
I don't think Nick Hopefully, Nick Sanchez can do something he's never done in his Truck Series career: win the first 2 races to start off the season.
And for sleeper here, how about I go with Ben Rhodes?
All right, and then your favorite.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. Give me Corey Haim.
I am not surprised you took Corey Haim. All right. Sean, would you like to go next, or would you like your sister to go next?
Well, because of how bad she did this last week, she needs to go next.
Okay, then it'll be you after that.
Yep.
The good news is for the Truck Series is that for those drivers on the entry list, nobody goes home. I should point that out. Nobody goes home this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody.
Oh, you better not look at your DM.
Oh, no. What? Oh. Wait, which one? Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh!
Why you don't want to know what you're doing over there?
Here, I'll send it to you in your DM. All right, go on. All right. I think you knew that was coming. I'm sorry, Cody, if you're watching this. I didn't do it. Thank God Sean is not watching USC Trojans. Let's get that right. By the way, I should also mention I've been feeling a lot better since last week's episode. All right. Who does your sister have for the trucks?
Okay, let's start off with her favorite. Man, difficult decision here because it's again technically another super speedway. So you gotta think for her, she knows chaos is gonna erupt, and she kind of likes a bit of chaos. So how much chaos would it be if somehow Stuart Friesen would win, huh?
I wouldn't be surprised about that because Stuart Friesen has come close so many times to get a win to get into the playoffs.
Well, that's going to be her favorite.
All right, Stewie!
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 Who does not love Stewie? I hope Jessica Friesen enters a race or two this year. Wouldn't hurt.
Probably a short track race.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
All right, next up is her stay away from.
Yep.
And you want to know what I'm going to let her take?
Who?
Jag.
Oh!
Jag would.
I knew you were going to say that. All right, I'm going to see from the... I want to look at the...
He finished 18th. I don't know if that's borderline.
It's okay. It's perfect. Because remember, it's the first race of the year. I'm not going to chew you guys out first race of the year for who's too easy. So he's fine. After this race weekend, then we'll see who's too easy.
Anyway, Dark Horse is next, right?
Yep, Dark Horse is next.
Dark Horse. I would start looking at Corey Haim for her.
Oops, sorry.
Corey Haim.
No, I didn't want that U. I want the Y, you derp. Alright, next up, the sleeper.
Let me go looking back here. You know what? How about Timmy Hill?
Timmy!
Timmy!
Timmy, please go run up the hill. And her long shot.
How about Ty Dillon?
Ty Dillon absolutely needs a bounce back after a bad finish at Daytona. All right, Senor, you're up next. For trucks. Yep, for trucks.
All right, gonna start off with a favorite here. Man, oh man. You know what? Give me Ben Rhodes.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were going to take him. All right, you're stay away from.
Caden Honeycutt's not too easy, right?
Caden Honeycutt's making his first start, so he would not be too easy.
Okay, I'm picking Caden Honeycutt.
So you're good, Sean.
Okay. Dark horse? You know what? I'm going to make somebody mad.
Oh, no.
Oh. I'm going to make someone very mad.
I
know this.
I think I'm with you on that, Taylor.
I'm picking Wallace Allen for the dark horse.
Oh, the dumbest. Oh, okay. We're going to just say the dumbest name in racing, in other words.
I knew that was coming once he said that.
I'm just going to go straight to the sleeper, so that way I'm not getting hit with anything. All right, here's your sleeper before you hit me with a fire extinguisher.
I'm going to say sleeper. I would watch Tanner Gray. Tanner Gray could be someone.
And finally, your long shot.
Bailey Curry.
Bailey Curry, I think, screwed me last week. So, all right, here are my picks for this week. And like I said, I will have Cody's picks in the description down below, in addition to the points for the other drivers. My favorite... That's tough. It's tough. But I got to go with my boy, Matt Mills. He had a great Daytona race until he got caught up in somebody else's incident. So I really think Matt Mills is a guy that would be a good favorite. As far as stay away from is concerned, let me go back through the results for the truck series. So I know this. Okay, Stephen Parsons is not in the is not racing. Okay. Who do I want? You know what? I got one. Tyler Ankrum. I just don't see Tyler Ankrum. I think Tyler Ankrum's good run's going to come to a screeching halt. That's how I see it.
Yeah, after
he had a good. He did okay at Daytona. He finished top 15, so he's not too easy. The dark horse, however, if I can go. Hey, no, Pat, wake up! Quit being drunk. Quit drinking Taylor Jr.'s root beer, please. Thank you. Who do I take for the dark horse? This is, by the way, Jake Garcia's first race at Atlanta because he didn't race at Atlanta. It's either him or no. It's I think it was Taylor Gray. Okay, Taylor Gray has never raced at Atlanta. I'm gonna go Caden Honeycutt as my dark horse since this is his first race of the year. What he really did last year was really impressive. He really was performing good in underfunded equipment, and I'm really curious how he's going to do in his first start with Nice Motorsports. My sleeper, though, Connor Jones. He's another driver who I think is someone who could be a bit surprised. He did okay in his few starts last year. Not sure how he'll do this year. We'll just have to wait and see. That's, again, my opinion. And then for my long shot for the truck series, by the way, Keith McGee is in the 22 truck this week. Should mention that before I forget. I'm going to say Spencer Boyd. He had a good run. It's just, is he going to win this race? I don't know. I would like to see him run like top 15 or so just to make up some points for me because I didn't have a good points day, if you know what I mean. So, now let's go over to the Xfinity Series, which is the running. If I can get to that, no, that's not what I want, you derping hyena. All right, let's do this before I freaking derp. So the NASCAR Xfinity Series also racing this Saturday. You can catch the Raptor King of Tough 250 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on FS1. You can also listen to the race on PRN, the Performance Racing Network, the Sirius XM NASCAR, and all that yada, yada, yada. Looking at the entry list, there's only 38 cars because the 53 withdrew. We have, let's see here, anybody making their first start of the year? We have Ryan Truex, John Hunter Nemechek, Jeffrey Earnhardt making his first start of the year, the 26 for Sam Hunt Racing. Jordan Anderson's back in the 32 this week. Brendan Poole's in the 44. Parker, the 45 is not entered. It's a little surprising. JJ Yaley making his running the 14 this week. Nick Lights making his first start of the year. He is a driver that is not too easy for stay away from. And that's basically about it. A little surprised the 45 is not on the entry list, to be honest with you. Really surprised. All right. Sean, would you like to go first, or would you like to have your sister go first?
I'm going to have to let my sister go first.
All right, Jesse, as we like to say on this channel, ladies first. Who is her favorite?
Let me go back over to the entry list here.
Only a respectable gentleman on this awesome programming always have respect for women. I'm sorry if that creeps you all out, but that's okay. This is not like Barney, for God's sakes.
Well, I'm going to let my sister kind of start off with a good pick. Allmendinger.
Ah, the dinger. And of course, Austin Hill is the defending winner of this race. I doubt he's going to go back to back, but I could be wrong.
Where my sister stay away from? Parker Retzlaff.
Ah, and of course, he did well at Daytona, so not too easy. So not too bad, Sean.
Well, that's my sister
Hold
right
on.
now.
I want to make sure I don't derp and misspell it. If I derp and misspell it, you can give me a done tat. Oh, good. I didn't misspell it. Sweet.
That's up. Dark horse for my sister, Jesse Love.
Jesse Love has never raced at Atlanta in the Xfinity Series. He has, actually, he's never raced at Atlanta ever.
So he's going into this
Blind.
But we'll see if we can do well.
Yeah, I hope he does well this weekend. Who's Jesse Art's sleeper?
Her sleeper, Jeb Burry.
Ooh, Jeb Burton. I keep your eye on Jeb, as I don't know what the hell is my finger doing, but anyway. And long shot for Jesse.
Long shot, Sammy Smith.
Interesting. Interesting. All right, Sean, you're up.
I'm up. You know how you said you don't think he could go back to back?
Oh, you're picking Austin Hill. I'm just typing it in there.
Just to mess with people once again. I'm picking Austin Hill.
I already knew in the back of my mind, I have a feeling Sean's going to say Austin Hill, and I'm just going to type it in there, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, well, I'm going now. Because on how people think about him, I don't have a problem with him, but other people do. Anyway, tell her to stay away from.
Oh, no, I got to go quote this in the quotes chat. 1 second.
What?
Hey, Cody, when you say mine, it's supposed to say M-I-N-E, not M-Y, you darping hyena.
Where did he do this at?
I'm posting this in the quotes chat. And if he has a problem with that, then since I told you I'm close to roasting, he gets a misinformed derp. There you go, Taylor. You may die laughing. Yeah, mine's supposed to be spelled M-I-N-E, not M-Y, you derping hyena.
Anyway.
Go on, Sean.
Okay, mine stay away from Jordan Anderson.
Okay, give me 1 second. I also need to make sure to tell David this in his DM too.
And if you want to know if Jordan Anderson's too easy, no, he's not.
Yeah. All right, who is your dark horse?
Sheldon Creed.
Okay, Sheldon Creed. He needs to get a win. He's becoming like Riley Herbst all of a sudden. All right, who is your sleeper?
Sleeper? Ryan Seek.
Okay, Ryan Sieg. I think it's S-I-E-G. Yeah, it's S-I-E-G.
Yeah.
Okay, long shot. Did Sean have to go do something or what?
No, I was waiting on you.
No, I was already ready.
Okay, well, thanks for telling me.
Okay. Who's your long shot?
Long shot? Long shot. How about SPG?
SVG. All right. Mr. Taylor, you're next. What do you want to start off with? Your list as usual?
How about I use the same method as I did for the truck kid?
Okay, let me just go ahead and say this. You're also going to use the same method for Cup. Is that what you're going to tell me for that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'm just going to make a note so that way for all NASCAR picks, you're just using the same method. So, all right, I have made a mental note.
Let's see here. Driver to stay away from. How about... I'm going to take Jeffrey Earnhardt as my driver to stay away from.
Oh, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Okay, so he's not too easy, Taylor, so you made a good call. And don't worry, all of this will get put in the predictions chat. Don't worry. I will make sure to put that in there. If I forget to do that, hey, at least it's on the laptop. It's not going to be a big deal. Cody. All right. What's your next one?
Let's see. What did I do?
We're not farting in the VC, you dirt.
I think I did a long shot.
I think it was. I think if I remember correctly, I think it was Stay Away From, Long Shot, Dark Horse, Sleeper, and Favorite, if I remember correctly.
Okay, Long Shot.
I think so. If not, I'll have to rewind the stream when it's over, and then I'll make a mental note.
Long Shot. I'm gonna take Kyle Weatherman.
Nice. Just found this out from Paul Minnick. This is kind of a surprise. AJ Allmendinger has gone 11 starts without a DNF in the 500. Impressive. Very impressive. All right, now your dark horse.
Well, I would have potentially picked somebody, but unfortunately, that particular person ain't on the entry list.
Wait, who are you thinking of?
Oh, I don't know. I've been picking Natalie Decker.
But Natalie Decker's not on the entry list, so we're safe. Yeah. I'm just gonna throw this neck of the woods. Natalie Decker has decided to make out with Nathan Orman.
No, that's Haley Deegan.
Oh, I was wondering who was going to say that on the air. Who's the dark horse? Back on topic, Taylor. No wonder why this is our favorite programming of note. No wonder why we call this the greatest podcast in the world.
I'll get back on track after that. Anyway, I will say dark horse. You know what? Give me Anthony Alfredo.
You went pasta. By the way, I think this is for the Xfinity series. Let me double check this from, let's see this. I think it is for the Daytona 500. Yeah, AJ Allmendinger passed Rick Mass for the most starts without a DNF, which is the most. Yep, it is for the 500. So, second was Rick Mass, Ricky Craven third, Regan Smith, Davey Allison tied for fifth with Alan Quickie, and Daryl Driveringer, and then Jody Ridley, and then Herman Beam. That's an interesting stat there. Who is your sleeper?
Let's see. Who do I want to pick here? You know what? I am going to go with give me Josh Williams.
All right, Josh Williams, and your favorite.
Let's see here.
At least Fox will not have an excuse to do interviews at the Infield Care Center this weekend because the weather's supposed to be gorgeous in Atlanta.
You know what? How about I do this?
Oh, no. I have a feeling we're going to have a bro moment in about 5 minutes, or 5 seconds time, rather.
clubhouse, I take Sammy Smith as my driver to win.
Also known as your favorite.
Yeah.
All right, now for me. This is the part that I'm going to hate the most. I'm going to say, for my favorite, you should have picked him. Ryan Truex is my favorite. I'm picking him as my favorite. Stay away from... let's see, Dawson Cram. Where did Dawson Cram finish in the Xfinity race? Let me see. Where did he finish? Dawson Cram. Okay, he didn't finish the race. You know what? Ryan Ellis. He finished 11th, so he's not too easy. Dark Horse, Austin Hill. Definitely a good driver to keep your eye on. Sleeper, Parker Kligerman. He finished 4th in this race a year ago. I have a feeling he could do 3 spots better. And I'm going to say Jordan Anderson is my long shot. So, yeah. And now the Cup race, which is the the Amp Better 400, which you can tune to that at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. As I pull up I need to pull up J-Ski in a minute. There we go. So you can catch the Amp Better Health 400, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. You can also hear it on the radio, the Performance Racing Network, and also Sirius XM Radio for the Cup race. There's 37 drivers on the entry list. BJ McLeod making his only first start of the year, which means BJ McLeod is locked in this show. I don't know what the hell my laptop decided to do for a second. It was too busy on that space bar. Okay, there we go. I apologize about that. Don't know why that had to happen, but anywho. Let's see. Josh Williams is in the 16 this week, so he's making his first Cup start since the Clash, which we didn't care about the Clash. I think that's it. Everybody else who ran at Daytona is there. As usual, favorite, stay away from Dark Horse, Sleeper, Long Shot. I'm guessing Jesse is going to go first for the Cup race, right, Sean?
I just got back. What?
Oh, perfect timing. I was asking Jesse Art's going first for the Cup race, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, who's her favorite for the Cup race?
Give me a second. Let me get on over.
Oh, yeah. Sean got back from doing whatever he had to go do.
Yeah. Anyway. This is a difficult one here, but for the favorite for my sister. Look no other than Chase Elliott.
Well, guess what? Jim Bob is happy for you, Sean.
Oh, I don't care what Jim Bob says.
If you want to know more about that, don't forget every Tuesday is the LTR show. So there you go.
Here's the thing: Jim Bob could go have a pine cone.
Actually, Jim Bob is too busy hitting Nathan James Orman because when Byron won the 500, that means Jim Bob went and broke down Ormy's door at his house.
Well, Again, Jim Bob could go have a pine cone.
Yeah, screw Jim Bob. Stay away from for Jesse.
Let me go back to the entry, to the fantasy results of the 500.
Of course, BJ McLeod, not too easy for stay away from. Josh Williams is also not too easy for stay away from since this is their first start of the year. Oh, I also forgot to mention Kaz Gralla is driving the 15 this week.
Oh, well, you suck, Jesse.
I saw that coming.
He's thinking Ty gets to stay away from.
Oh, well, that makes Elijah happy. Not.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Elijah could go have a pine cone as well.
Dark horse.
Dark horse for my sister. She's gonna look over at Josh Berry.
Ooh, Josh Berry. I really hope SHR gets their shit together.
And that's up for, it's our sleeper, right?
Yep.
Sleeper, she's gonna pick Tyler Reddick.
Ooh, I think Tyler Reddick's in a bounce back after he had a chance to win the 500, got taken out in that big one.
And her long shot, go look over at Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, Blaney needs a bounce back after his poor finish in the 500. How fitting is that Hendrick Motorsports wins to start off their 40th season in NASCAR? That's incredible. If we ever mention that. All right, Sean, you're up.
I was going to say Jesse's looking for them to get back-to-back.
Yeah, hopefully.
Here's the thing, though. Hey, Jesse, not so fast. My dear sister, that's not happening.
And she's probably going to give you a look on her face and say, excuse me.
She's going to have that death look on her face. But, here's the reason why I say that. My favorite, you might question me for it, but there's a guy that has been known to that can do well at Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
And he's part of RFK. Now, before you start thinking that you know who I'm picking, that's not where I'm going. How about Brad Keselowski?
I was thinking you were going to pick Keselowski.
I got Keselowski because each of the last few times in this spring race, he is out there contending for the win. Unfortunately, does not get the job done.
Yeah.
He finally gets the job done.
I'm trying to make sure I don't derp on the spelling.
Keselowski?
Yes. Yeah, unlike one time I bred Keselowski for no apparent reason. And I got a frying pan from that team. Okay, stay away from.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry I have to do this.
You will be forgiven after this portion of our broadcast. I will say that.
Someone's not going to like me for this. Christopher Bell.
Oh. Oh, that will trigger a couple of people I'm not going to mention.
That's going to trigger a lot of the people from the state of Oklahoma.
Even though, to be fair, Bell doesn't do well in Atlanta. So to be fair, I'm not surprised.
Anyway, next up, the dark horse. Since I did pick one as a favorite, you know I said I pick another one as a dark horse. Give me Busher.
I knew you were going to pick him. I'll wait for all the memes to say Chris Buescher wins, and Chris Buescher has more wins this season than Hamlin.
On the sleeper pick, I think he continues to run. He just won't be up there contending for the win this time. Give me Bowman.
Oh, Bowman had a good. I really was surprised to see Bowman finish second. That's actually his best finish in the 500.
But people are going to say he's going to drop back. I don't think so. I think he's just going to be one of those people that will still be up there.
If he does what he did in the 500, if he has a good run, then I say look out. I mean, the big question I would say is, what if Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott didn't have their injuries? Who knows what would have happened last year?
Yeah. Anyway, for the long shot, I say this other guy is going to continue on with good runs. Noah Gragson.
Yeah, and of course, Gregson, we didn't know how he was going to do with SHR. Boy, good result this week. Good result at Daytona. All right, Mr. Taylor, you're up next.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, I'm curious what Zachary Taylor's going to say as far as his picks are concerned. Before we do that, I'm going to make sure to save. And nobody has even posted anything in the chat, so. All right, Taylor, here's your stay away from. Let's go.
All right, let's let the fun begin here. There ain't no fun.
I'm going to bet you. I bet you $5. He's picking Corey LaJoie as his favorite. Calling it right now. Watch me be right, and I win the $5.
Oh, we're betting money now? Okay.
I wish we're actually betting $5 Monopoly dollars.
Oh, anyway. Monopoly money. See here. I will say, you know what? I'm doing this. Give me Denny Hamlin as a driver to stay away from.
Well, I had to open my mouth to help Taylor with his stay away from. Sheesh. What do I get? I get nothing!
Wait. That's a stay away from?
Yes. That's Taylor stay away from his Denny Hamlin. I may not pick. I'm probably not going to pick Denny Hamlin for any of my picks.
Let's see. Long shot. Who do we want to go with?
I swear he's picking Corey LaJoie. I'm calling it right now. He almost won. He almost won the fall race, I will point out.
And Corey LaJoie's done really good at Atlanta here recently, too. But for my long shot, I'm going to go with somebody else who does really good on plate tracks. And unfortunately, did not have a good 500. Give me the 34 on Michael McDowell.
I was wondering when you were going to pick him.
Yeah, unfortunately, mechanical failures took McDowell out.
Yeah, I think it was actually engine problem.
Yeah.
I wonder if like a piston or something broke on that car. Because, well, you cut that out. I wonder if he had like a, wonder if a piston or like or like something in the alternator or something like that was the problem, because there would be no other reason why he didn't have a good 500. So, all right, what do we have left? You have your dark horse next.
Dark horse. You know what? I'm doing this.
Oh, no.
Give me Justin Haley as my dark horse.
Watch Justin Haley win in a Rick Ware car on Sunday. And then I'm going to say, hey, Taylor, you get a cookie. What's next? Cascarolo wins the cup race.
That'd be good.
Even though our wishes come true, it's not going to happen. I bet you $5 for that.
Anyway, let's see. Wait, what pick am I?
You're on sleeper.
Sleeper, okay. Who do I want to go with? You know what? I'm doing this.
Oh boy.
I'm taking that body armor Ford Mustang Ryan Blaney.
Did anybody know that Kyle Larson? Funny thing is, you know that Prime Energy drink that we see in stores?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know Kyle Larson is now associated with them? I saw a little tweet that Prime said good luck to Kyle Larson. And I thought to myself, when did Prime sponsor Kyle Larson? What's next? Prime's gonna sponsor him in a few races this year? Would be nice. Besides HendrickCars.com and Valvoline, I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah, that must be a sponsor he picked up in the off season.
Yeah, that's cool. Who's your favorite?
All right. Who do I want to take here?
I'm surprised we didn't pick. I'm surprised for a couple of reasons here. One, I'm surprised none of us took a little girl or that buck-tooth science teacher, as Jim Bob likes to say.
Jim Bob can still go have a pine cone.
I think there's going to be something you're going to be surprised when you see my picks.
Oh, no. Anyway. Better Taylor's picks. Do I do something nuts here, or do I do something...
I'm thinking the back of my mind, Taylor's either going to do something brilliant or he's going to do something very dumb to trigger one of us. The obvious answer is I'm going with the one that says he's going to do something that's going to be a bra.
You're worse, Taylor. I can't. Okay, you know what? I'm doing this.
I'm calling a underdog team winning.
I'm doing this. Whether this bites me in the backside or not, I'm doing this. Give me James Smith.
Excuse me.
You absolutely got
I think I called it on the Brub point, and I knew he was picking a Spire car. I didn't expect him to pick a driver who was a former truck champion. Now is Taylor crazy, or is he too busy drinking root beer fully clothed?
Okay, to be fair, Zane did good in the 500.
And Taylor's like, okay, what Danny said is accepted. Anyway, moving on. All right, my picks.
Let's see what Zane is.
Oh, do I pull the Zachary Taylor institution of call me crazy? Probably not. For my favorite.
Oh, boy.
Lots of good choices. Tyler Reddick is my favorite. Taylor's like, excuse me?
I could kind of see that happening.
Stay away from... Let me think here. Eric Jones. I think that 500 was kind of a fluke, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. There you go. Dark Horse. You know what? Since Taylor didn't pull this trigger off, I will pull it off for him. Corey LaJoy. Is not an answer. The reason I took Corey LaJoy was because he almost won the summer race at Atlanta, and we mentioned it on the show. He has a chance to possibly pull a surpriser. My sleeper, though. Oh boy. I think this driver needs a major bounce back. Daniel Suarez. He needs a major bounce back because, he didn't have a good 500, and I want him to bounce back in a major way. And I'm going to take... Let's see. There's a couple of drivers we haven't even picked here that maybe Cody's going to have. You know what? Since nobody picked him, Kyle Busch.
Hey, he's driving the Checkers car Sunday.
Yeah, here's the funny part. Kyle Busch is sponsored by Cheddar's. Where do I work at?
Cheddars.
Ding, ding. So if we win, we end up getting like a free meal, whatever the hell Cheddar's does on Twitter.
Wait. So he's going to use the dead cheddar strategy?
Oh, I am not going there.
I am not even going to say a letter about it. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Here's the fire extinguisher. Ding.
And Taylor had to wait till the end of the show to even do that.
That's awesome. There's another one. Ding.
I think Bucky's looking at me going, are you sure Kyle Busch is going to be your long shot? I'll be like, you never know at Atlanta. So, Taylor, any final thoughts with you before we get this Baptist party started?
Oh, well, definitely it is going to be interesting to see what happens for supercars, especially with SVG no longer over there. And
possibly no Brody Kostecki. Who knows what the hell's going on over there? Which I don't know what the hell's going on at Eberus, and what's that gonna do to affect Kostecki's starts in NASCAR? We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, so definitely I think it's interesting to see what does happen over there in supercars, and I think Atlanta's going to be really fun too to see what happens there.
Yep. Which also I get to ask this. Any final thoughts from you, Sean, while we get the Atlanta party started?
All I'm going to say is, it's red carnage. It's spent a lot of red. It will not be an easy week for these NASCAR guys and gals. This will not be a fun one. Atlanta could be interesting, but it's meant another leg fest. And as always, it's not if the big one will happen, it's when.
Oh yeah. And want to remind you this promotional announcement. A new series premiere, the series Rewind, as I will take you back through TV shows and all that yada 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 that will take part at late night Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you will join us for that, which brings us to our this week's upcoming events. Movie Express will be coming out on Sunday nights at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so I will be recapping of all the movies and all that yada yada yada, look at the box scores, and preview the next weekend movies as far as that's concerned. So looking forward to that. Again, 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Movie Express, as well as the new series premiere of the series Rewind. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office is a proud sponsor of Triple P and wants to remind all of our fans that drinking and driving is deadly and illegal. Together we can end DUI. Visit endyok.com for more details. You know it's time for, my friends, before we close off this segment? It is time, as today is I'm going to look here. This is, by the way, as we're taping this portion of our broadcast, Today is the 22nd of February, so I'm just going to do this. It's time for everybody's favorite part, time to get happy, if you know what I mean.
Oh, boy.
Time to get happy, as we like to say. It's happy time. Time to get happy, as we like to say here on this amazing channel. As it's time to get happy. Happy birthday to Natasha Cloud, a American basketball player for the Washington Mystics, if you ask me, as far as that's concerned. And of course, Charles O'Bannon, happy birthday to him, who used to play for the Pistons, which I hope the Pistons have a much better program going forward, if you know what I mean. Let's see here. Happy anniversary, Joey Logano. On this day 9 years ago, he wins the Daytona 500 for the first time after taking the lead with 10 to go. And he managed to beat all of the drivers before the big one wreck that took out Jeff Gordon and a lot of other people as far as that's concerned. Logano, who ended up winning 2 championships, one in 2018 and 2 years ago, is looking like a very awesome ballot for the Hall of Fame, the way his career goes, if you know what I mean. I think it's really going to be fun, if you know what I mean, if Logano does end up getting the ballot. So, yeah. So, hooray. Let's see here. Let me see if there's any happy trails. Not sure. Let me see here on. All right, 22nd. All right, let's see here. Let's see. As far as that, I don't know if we have any. Happy trails to Nathan Orman Motorsports. It was announced that the team will be bought out by LPHR. They will be relocating that team at the end of the season. I do not know where they're going to relocate, and that's just pretty much about it. So, yeah. So that is your happies. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Wow, over an hour and 43 minutes. Hey, that's good for me. Well, thank you guys so much for watching today's Triple P episode. If you guys like this episode, be sure to give it a like. If you haven't considered subscribing yet, I highly recommend you do so. In order to keep up with some wonderful content coming out in the near future, as well as future episodes of your favorite podcast coming out throughout the rest of this week and onward to the next. We'll see you guys next week on Triple P. For Sean Art and Zachary Taylor, I'm Gaten Volas, aka PCS Ray Blue Hedgehog 26, signing out, saying you've been watching another broadcast of PCS Ray TV, the best center racing since 2017. And I will end off this note by saying this favorite line that we always say: we survived another episode of this great podcast program. We'll see you guys this weekend for the reaction for Trucks and Xfinity Series. Until then, it's goodbye for me, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.